I'm going to break down why you need isometrics in your workouts to be strong. Without all the bulk, let's go. What's up? My name is Mark, and this is TrainAllSports, and I hope you are having a most excellent day. And if you are not, do not fear, because on this channel, I'm going to go over some small details that make a huge difference in your body's overall physical capabilities. And these free knowledge bombs will make for an excellent day. So let's get into probably the most underrated aspect of training, isometrics. I'm going to pass over some of the basics on isometrics. So if you're newer to isometrics, please check out my video on isometrics that I have linked in the description. But for now, just know that isometrics build a lot of strength very effectively. And how do they do that? Well, first I'm going to start with the investigation on what I call the 3 S's. And those are strength, stretch, and stabilize. Now let me explain. So when you're weightlifting, you're doing isometric, you're holding the weight. Because you're holding the weight under tension, you're gaining strength. Now the second, stretch. As the weight is going to start to pull your arm or pull your body part, you're going to be trying to maintain it, and that's going to cause your tendons, ligaments, and muscles to begin to stretch. And not only where you're trying to isolate, it's also going to help stretch the entire area because you're trying to remain in one spot. And that gets to the final S of stabilize. So not only are you stabilizing the area, you're also stabilizing your entire body to not shift the weight around. And then when you hit those 3 S's, isometrics turn out to be super effective. All right, so if you found that little tidbit interesting, stay tuned for future videos by subscribing, and don't forget to always be socially responsible by sharing this video along with hitting the like button so others can improve their lives as well. A second reason why isometric exercises are so effective is that they do not deplete your ATP storage and other necessary chemicals and processes that are normally burned up during the dynamic movements of weightlifting and training. Your body will work harder metabolically to perform dynamic movements, but isometrics are different. And they're different because your body is not moving your muscles like you typically would doing, eccentric and concentric movements. So all those chemicals and all those enzymes and everything else that would have been depleted during traditional weightlifting and training are still readily available. And all those nasty byproducts from those reactions that would typically need to be recycled or excreted from your body are just simply not there. They're not in your system anymore. So right now, I hope you're wondering a little bit at this point, like, what's this all talk about chemicals in your body and why that really matters? Well, it ends up being a huge deal for recovery. So when you do isometric exercises, your body doesn't have to focus on rebuilding the chemicals like ATP, nor does it have to figure out how to eliminate any of those byproducts. So performing isometrics allows your body to fully focus on strengthening itself for the next round and rebuilding any tissues that were damaged from any previous training. And all that leads to some serious performance gains. Alrighty then. That was not a very good Ace Ventura, but
you know something? You're right.
A third reason why isometric exercises are so effective is that they teach your nervous system to develop and maintain force. When you lift weights, it's the slow movements that develop the most force in your body. You'll typically see this during big, powerful lifts like the deadlift and the squat. In order to lift large amounts of weight, you're going to have to move the weight slow to develop enough force to move the weight. And the slower the movement, the more potential force your body can develop. But what if there is no movement? And I bet you can imagine that now, under safe circumstances, your force development with isometrics is at its maximum. And this maximum force development will train your nervous system to recruit an insane amount of muscle fibers. And the more you can train safely at your maximum, the stronger you're going to get. Oh yeah, and remember that little thing about recovery? Yeah, now imagine yourself at maximum potential and not having to spend a lot of energy on recovery. Yeah, that's what isometrics can do for you. But it does get even better. Because another reason why isometrics are so effective is that even though the movement is isolated to a single position, isometrics will strengthen the entire range of motion. Now, before you go put me on blast, you should know that isometrics do not strengthen the entire movement evenly. Most of the strength gain will be in the position where the isometric is practiced. However, However, there are neuromuscular adaptations that also increase the strength through the entire movement and through the entire range of motion. Plus, if you smartly rotate the isometric position, you're going to see even more gains across the entire range of motion. All right, I'm gonna give you a big bonus because we all like bonuses and it's super cool, and I think that this one's amazing.
You got us out of here in 30 seconds?
I ain't heard no fat lady.
Forget the fat lady. You're obsessed with the fat lady.
So if you do isometrics on one side of the body, and we'll say that your other side is injured, so your left wrist is broken, it's cut, there's something that's limiting your ability. You can perform isometrics on one side, and it'll help strengthen the other side that's not even being worked on. And that's some amazing stuff for anyone experiencing an injury. At this time, I would like you to tell me how you use isometrics in the comments below. And I want you to remember that believing means achieving. Go out and have yourself an excellent day.